Action! Cut! Nice one!
Welcome to BrickTrains, and I'm Joey, and here they are. It's Spider-Man. So I'm going to do all of these together because this came as a kit for a little while. So you got these sets would have been in the adventure kit. You could got all three of these together. Now later on, they sold this set by itself. So okay, what do we got here? This is set. I'm going to do these in order. This is, okay, which one is this? Okay, yeah. 1374. This is the Green Goblin. Okay. Had 48 pieces in it, 2 figs. 1374. Had 2 figs in it. The Green Goblin and Mary Jane. And here's the set. So here's your Green Goblin. Had a couple of these fancy little lights, some fire, and then his little bombs. And here's Mary Jane. All right, and you could also hook the glider to this little stick and swoop in and pew pew pew. Is that how that goes? I think that's how that goes. So that is the first set, 1374. What I say? Yeah, 48 pieces, 2 figs. We covered the figs. Actually, I got the stick on there wrong. Because the little blue piece should be sticking out the front like that. Okay. So that was the first one you got. The second one you got is 1376, 1374, 1376. Remember that. There's a number missing. So 1376 is a Spider-Man Action Studio. 228 pieces, 5 figs. Here you go. This is, oh, I forgot to mention. Okay, so here's the built set, right? Let's get this let's rein this in a little bit as I break it. Let's rein these in. A little room here. Okay, there's my built copy. This is my sealed copy. If you want a copy of this, it's going to cost you about $50 new, $30, $40 open. And here's the instructions. So it's just a small little booklet. I kind of revealed this one a little too early, didn't I? I'm not going to edit all this together. And this has no film strips in it. We've talked about that before, where they had like little film strips from other movies. In Jurassic Park, it was all Jurassic Park. In this one, there's absolutely no other scenes. In the last page, it does kind of show, it does kind of show the software a little bit, and this studio set. So 1376. Okay, so let's look at 1376 now. What are we sitting on here? We're sitting on the Green Goblin stick. All right, this is, I think, the first one. There might have been some of those Japanese box poly bags I didn't have sealed. This is the first big set that I have. I don't have a sealed copy. This is my only copy. So here's the box. Front of the box shows the set, and there's the back. Again, this is 1376. Just to keep from repeating myself, 228 pieces, 200 and Yeah, my notes say 228. The box says 244 pieces. Again, there's always a discrepancy on how Lego counts their parts versus how Bricklink counts their parts. You would think now that they're together, get that matched. On the back, these are the same pictures I just showed you in the instruction book from 1374. I have no idea why I keep having a hard time remembering that set number. Yep, you can build a little dock scene there. I think there's too much glare on the box. Hopefully I'm getting rid of the glare. Okay, so I'm going to set the box down, and let's see what we get. First off, we get a couple lights, like that. We get a police car. I have not applied any of these stickers. I have the sticker sheet. Brand new sticker sheet. I have not applied them. I just can't bring myself to apply them. It's the only copy of it I have. If I had another copy of it, a sealed copy of it, I'd put these stickers on in a heartbeat. Boom, like that to be done. Let's see. We did the car. Do have the CD. Good luck trying to run the CD. I do have some of the sounds off of the other CD. I have not tried this one. I actually do not have a computer right now. I have to think about that. I do not have a computer actively on working in the house that has a CD-ROM player in it. I probably have an old laptop somewhere I could probably stuff that in. We have a Spidey net. That's kind of cool. I like the shape of it there. And of course, we have Spider-Man. I'd sing the song, the theme song, but then I'd probably get copyright strike. He also has the clear trans clear rod and little holder, so that you could walk him around the set. We have a couple vehicle barricades. We're just going to leave these in front here. You guys stand down there. We have a camera, little camera stand. All right. And then, oh, we also have more fire. Apparently Spider-Man, well, it's probably the Green Goblin caused all the fire, right? It wasn't Spider-Man that did it. All right, so now let's look at our minifigs, our other minifigs that we have here. We have one of these. This is the pilot is what it's listed as. So, yeah, the pilot. It's got printing on the front, nothing on the back, black baseball hat, gray gloves. We have our ever-present director, or Steven Spielberg. He has his little megaphone. Printing on the back says, "I'm the director." Actually, it just says director. It doesn't say I'm the director. It just says director. Okay, got him. We have apparently this police officer. He has a walkie-talkie, black gloves, sunglasses, and his hat was on backwards a minute ago, but now it's on correctly. So we have the police officer. And then one of my favorite little characters, and this is a two-faced, I wanted to show you the front of him first. This is Peter Parker. Everybody, say hello to Peter Parker. If you don't know, spoiler alert, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. This print on the front, I think one of these prints is pretty exclusive to this set, but I think the other print shows up in other minifigs. It's got to be this one. This is very weird. He has no nose. No nose. I guess he doesn't have a nose on the backside either. It just looks very, very obvious there. Okay, so let's a little arrange some stuff here again. I keep moving things back and forth, moving them around. Mary Jane fell down. Hey, Mary Jane, meet Peter Parker. All right, they're not going to stand up together. Now the police officers fell. Okay, we're just going to get all this stuff out of the way. Get out of the way so we can get in here to the little camera, the close-up. We have a bank. We have the back side of the bank, and that's how I can tell it's a bank, because it says bank. The front, we have a little window. All right. And so yeah, I said we have a little window. This card in here, this is a cardboard card. Let's get this out. Let's look at this, because it just comes out. So this is a little cardboard card you could stick in. This side is a window, actually it's like the outside of a building window. And this is the outside facade of a bank, like the entry door. So you could put this card in here, like so. Just kind of slid in there. And like I said, you had the, giving it away, giving the secrets away. You had the bank on the back and the window design on in front. So inside, you have a desk with money. There's a little safe. Presumably, somebody's robbing it. I don't know if it's the pilots robbing the bank or what, but we have the cops and we can film our scene with our director and get him to stand up. He is just not going to stand up. Them little things. And of course, we got Spider-Man swinging in, and he's web swinging. And swing him in on his rope. Oh, now he's just hanging. Poor Spider-Man. So the play feature of this that you could use for the studio sets. Again, this is an add-on to the studios. So if you had the original studios software. See, does it list the original software on here? That'd be interesting. By this point, this is a year later after the software came out. This came out in 2002. The original stuff came out in 2001. No. Yep. So it does not. It's not listing the original studio software. So they're already kind of separating themselves from the studio's theme. This would be some of the last of the studio sets, these 2002 sets. Okay, so the play features. I'll get there. I know I'm rambling. The bank collapses. Why does the bank collapse? Did Spider-Man really do that much trouble? I guess Green Goblin, when he come in flying, he could knock us down. I'm getting ahead of myself. We still got a whole other set. But the play feature for this set was those pieces could be knocked off. They are just barely sitting on there. Mostly tiles. A couple 1x2 plates. You could hold them on. You could put them to the front. You could put them to the back. If you wanted them to sit back like that, you could do that. That was the main play feature. It was also how you could set up your movie and do your little stop motion animation or whatever it was you're working on. Okay, let's get rid of some of this off the table here. So I said I was getting ahead of myself. We did get a bigger book for instructions. I think this is a nice little instructions, about 30 pages it says. Again, I have not put my stickers on. There would have been a sticker here. What were those? There was a special World Unity Festival. So was that something going on in the movie? One of the Spider-Man movies? Trivia. What is World Unity? Put it in the comments. It's not the comment contest yet. So again, rambling. I'm not sure why I'm rambling so much on this one. Got the instructions, 30 pages. Didn't put my stickers on. So, okay, let's get rid of the instructions here. Let's set our sealed Green Goblin. Set it offset. What's left? So, if you had the Adventurer kit, the Studios branded Adventurer kit, you got those 3 sets. Or you got those 2 sets, the Green Goblin and the Spider-Man Action Studio. You also could get this set. Okay? This is set 10075. And everybody that's into numbers, maybe that number means something versus something else. Remember, we're still missing. We 1374 is Green Goblin. 1376 is this. We're still missing. We're missing 1375. What was 1375? More about that later. Okay. So this, you could build that out of everything you had plus these parts. This contains 25 pieces, it says. If you want to buy one of these, good luck. There are none of these on BrickLink at the time. There might be some on eBay. I didn't look. This is it. This is the only copy of this I have. These parts, I parted these together. They're all common parts. There's a little bit interesting. We're going to probably, I'm just going to stop and reset here for a second. So let's take a break, and I'll come back in a minute, and we're going to build this. We'll build this out of this. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and here it is, set 10075. This is set 10075, which is the add-on. If you could buy separately at Shop at Home, I think. It came with the Spider-Man Adventure Pack, and this is what you got. Ta-da! So we're gonna set that to the side. These are the same Green Goblin, the same police officer. We have got the Green Goblin. Little thing's kind of bent there. We still got Peter Parker. We still have a barricade. Now we have these barricades. Actually, I don't think, you know what? I'll put it in there. We still have the net. We still have Spider-Man. But now we have this really cool big bank. Check that out. Here, we're getting it on the screen. I think we're getting it on the screen. So now you have all the swoosh ability to get the Green Goblin in there. And Spider-Man. Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Let's put Spider-Man in this hand. Because Spider-Man, Peter Parker, spoiler alert, he can come swinging in and get the Green Goblin, knock him down, take him out, whatever. So Peter Parker's just not paying attention there. Wait a minute, he can't be here because Spider-Man's here. So what do we got? We have, basically we got a new ledge for Mary Jane to stand on. We still have our lights. We have our studio lights. We still have the pumpkin bombs or the Green Goblin bombs there. We added a new, some new plates at the bottom here. We now are using the back side. Remember, this is the bank, so we're using that inside window as like the top of the building. Little fake facade thing going on there, and I think, yeah, look at that snapped in there. This is just windows. Now we haven't seen this card. This card. Let's get this card out. Uh-oh. Yeah, it also falls off real easy because it's just barely sticking up there. Basically, the bottom half of this is the same build as the original set, the 1376. So this card, you got this card in the box, 10075, or you got it in the Spider-Man Adventure Pack. So what's up with this card? It looks pretty normal. And you also got to remember, Lego doesn't do anything by accident, right? On the back of this card is a scene, a crowd scene. Looks like they're pretty ruckus. People drinking sodas. They're holding up. There's a little pictogram in there. Anybody want to put their guesses in the comment what the little pictogram is? It looks like it's a pig, a storm, lightning strike, and then 2 exclamation points. There's a guy with some popcorn. So what this is set 1375, or at least it's a piece of 1375. What is 1375? It is the never released Spider-Man wrestling scene. Here's a picture of it. I don't know what happened. There have been people who have swore they saw it in the vault. Beyond the Brick did a video, and they didn't do a video of it, but they did a video where they were going through it, and a lot of people swear that set is in the vault. I don't know, maybe it is. There have been people who've gone back, including Beyond the Brick, to look for it, and it's not there. What I can tell you is it probably was never released to the public. This card tells me that they really were going to do something. Maybe not that set. Remember, they skipped the number, right? 1374, 1376. They skipped 1375. And this would have been probably a pretty big set. In fact, on BrickLink, all the parts that we just used to build this were actually in the inventory. Now, I don't know how BrickLink thinks they got an inventory. Somebody thinks they got an inventory. There are only 2 pictures of this set that I know of. One is a box art mock-up, or probably if it's actually a Lego picture, it's pre-production box art type picture. The other one is probably an alternate, probably from the back of the box, alternate build. It shows the wrestling scene a little different. You can put that set together based on BrickLink's instructions, and I have for several years been trying to assemble the scene. And I've not done very well at it. The only thing again, this card, which if you buy a 10075, you're going to get this card, right? So they didn't waste the cards. This minifigure, this is Spider-Man in his homemade Spider-Man outfit, right? So this is Origins Spider-Man. He's wearing a red sock cap and then the spray painted sweatshirt. This minifigure exists. It came out in a set in 2003 though. So that really doesn't help the wrestling scene. BrickLink, if you want to find that set on BrickLink, BrickSet has it. You can go in there, type 1375, and they'll pull it in there, unreleased set. BrickLink does not list the set unless you go to their browse the catalog, go all to the bottom, and then you look. I think there's something about unreleased sets. You got to dig for it. It's in there, but you got to dig for it and get the parts. So the only part that was never, the only thing that keeps you from building this set was Bonesaw. Bonesaw was a minifigure that is pictured on the box art. He was the villain to Spider-Man. He wasn't a villain, right? He was just a wrestler that Spider-Man decided to take on and to win the money. That minifigure doesn't exist. Now, if you look at the figure, and I've pieced him together, yeah, you could piece them all together except for the torso. Check this out. BrickLink has a picture of the torso now. Nobody has any for sale. I have no idea. That picture looks fairly real. It looks like somebody has. I mean, it looks like that's a real picture. It's not a mock-up. I almost said fake, right? Is that a pre-printed picture, or is that a custom printed minifig? It could be. Could it be a custom printed torso? Possibly. I know there's some people who have custom printed those torsos. I really doubt there's too many of them in the wild, if any in the wild. If Lego went to produce them, mass produce them, meaning they put them into production, they would have showed up somewhere else. They wouldn't have just recycled them all. I'm not saying they wouldn't or couldn't, but I think they probably would have. I think they would have used them somewhere. Just like they used this card somewhere. They obviously went to production on these cards. So yeah, 1375, the missing wrestling scene from the studios set. Yeah. One other thing, there was another set in 2003. You know, I said this was released in 2003. There was the Spider-Man 1, the first run of Spider-Man as a standalone theme for Lego, also has these two sets, 1374 and 1376, in as the adventure set movie kit or something like that. I think it's adventure set movie kit. I don't know. At any rate, it's still labeled Studios, but it's part of the Spider-Man 1 theme. So in that kit, I think these boxes, these are probably things that they didn't come in separate boxes. It was each, or yes, wait, back up. They came in separate boxes. They did not have their own box. I think there were things you could get through Shop at Home or from out of the catalog, and you know, say, hey, send in your money and get all these sets together as a group. They may or may not have come all shrink wrapped together. They probably, especially the movie kit, the adventure set movie kit, that was like 6 sets. It was a big bunch of sets, so they probably all were loose. Again, it was 2003. Studios was pretty much done by then, and they had moved on. Mardi Gras Man 2-3 believes that Studios was like the first attempt to go into the licensed theme. And it's not a bad theory. We already had Star Wars as its own whole thing, but I could see where this would have, if this would have took off, it would have been kind of a cool to keep adding in other movies and stuff. So licensing would have been a nightmare, because this Studios was all licensed under Steven Spielberg. So you had that licensing, and you had the Steven Spielberg character, the Steven Spielberg minifig. So cross licensing would have probably got to be a nightmare, and Lego realized, this is just going to be easier to just say, oh, we get Spider-Man theme, or we're going to have Jurassic Park 3 theme, both of which ended up in the Studios. Now Jurassic Park ended up doing its own thing. They had, you know, later down, but and obviously we see where Spider-Man ended up. Okay, that's it. 1374, 1375, 1376, and 10075. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot of video, or a lot of sets in this video, and I hope I covered enough of it. I know I promised last time some Quickie Bunny stuff. It is it. That's what's left. That's the only thing I have. I'm pretty sure I think that's the only thing I have left in Studios, other than just a few miscellaneous oddball items, and I'll probably put those in with the Quickie Bunny. Where are you, Quickie Bunny? There's a Nest Quick Bunny behind me. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. So, comment contest. In that 1375 wrestling scene, I said there was an origin story type minifigure of Spider-Man. He's in the sweatshirt that he spray painted, and he's wearing a hoodie. I also said that came in a different set, 2003. Which set did that minifigure also come in? First correct answer in the comments. We'll pin you to the top.